The Lost Ashford Ring is a hidden objects game, currently free from Prime Gaming, if you got a Prime membership, via the Legacy Game Store until 25th of June 2025. Yeah, I know, it's quite close to the end date, but don't worry, you won't mind. I fired this up expecting the usual mix of hidden object games, some puzzles and a slight narrative to push along the chain of item acquisition and use. But that's not what this game is. This is just a straightforward find the objects on a static screen game. The story is probably the most minimal one I've seen in the game of this type. Basically, you're looking for a ring belonging to a married couple sometime in the early 20th century that was stolen from their house. Oh, you're expecting more? Oh, sorry, no, there's no more. That's your lot. It doesn't really factor into the gameplay at all, and I didn't see anything in the way of story progression in my 2.5 hours of playing. The only effect the story really has is on the music, which to my ear at least sounded era appropriate. It was okay. The graphics have a slightly unfinished look. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's not like they look bad and you can see what the objects are meant to be. It just feels like there was a step that was normally taken in these games to polish the look up a bit, and they just didn't do it here. Kicking off the game, you set up a profile to store your progress, with the handy option to have more than one profile saved. There's no difficulty options presented when you start, so I checked the options menu to see if it was hidden in there. Be very on brand for this type of hidden objects game. Sadly, they didn't go meta with their menus, so there's no difficulty setting. There's actually only two options for screen resolution. You're either full screen or you're windowed. And beyond that, you can set volume levels, your language, and you can switch between profiles. Gameplay is very straightforward. You have 8 chapters, each with 5 scenes that you need to complete, 4 of which are initially locked. Jumping into a scene gives us a static screenshot with a variety of objects scattered around it, and a list of 3 objects that pop up at the bottom of the screen for you to find. It's a very standard hidden objects subgame from the usual Legacy Game Store catalogue of games. You need to find the objects as quickly as possible. When you find an object, a timer starts to count down at the top of the screen, and finding another object before that timer runs out gives you a bonus to add to your final score. Once you've completed a scene, your 3-star rating starts to fill up, and you also get awarded money and flowers. You need to collect flowers to unlock the next level within the chapter, and at the end of a chapter, you get a screen that mentions an object that you found, and how it relates to the stolen ring, which is boring and it doesn't really matter at all. As you move through a chapter, the screens do get progressively more cluttered, and pose a bit more of a challenge. And it can be quite fun when you've got a scene down in your head and you know where everything is, and you can just whiz through the level. What came as an unpleasant surprise to me though, which was the first of many, was the fact that you have to complete the same screen multiple times in order to unlock the next scene. The first one in a chapter requires I think 5 completions, but by the time you get to the 5th scene, you're having to repeat the exact same puzzle 11 or 12 times. There are more objects on each individual scene than you actually need to find each time you play. So the first few goes at a scene do vary a little bit. You're finding objects that you haven't found before. But completing the same thing like 11, 12 times gets pretty tedious. As if that wasn't enough, the game is also pretty unstable. In the 2.5 hours I played, the game crashed 3 times, just stopped working. On the first 4 levels in the second chapter, the screen strobed as I completed the scene. I couldn't even capture that, it was too quick. It was only on those scenes, none of the other chapters, and not even the last scene on that chapter. If anyone suffers from seizures brought on by strobing lights, you flat out can't play this game, assuming that everyone else's game works the same as mine did. Worst thing of all though is I encountered the game breaking bug on the last scene of the 4th chapter. There's an army jacket I need to find. I click on the jacket, it disappears, but the game doesn't register it properly and keeps asking for me to click on the jacket that now doesn't exist because it's already gone. And I can't progress because the following scenes are locked. That's when I stopped playing, because I literally couldn't get any further. Now, I'd ask other people to see if they get the same bugs if they played it, but I can't in good conscience ask anyone else to put themselves through playing this game. It's a shame, as the core gameplay of finding the objects was kind of fun. If the developers are stuck with optional star ratings for speed, i.e. you don't have to complete each level multiple times, but you can to get a better score if you want to, and obviously they fixed their damn game, this would have been a mild recommendation probably, but they didn't, and it's really not. This one's bad. Don't play it, don't download it, don't waste your time. Okay, I'm off to find a way to feel less irritated. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.